Your backyard might be the key to making your home come alive this winter, and Master Gardener Ed Sourdiffe is here to show us how it's done. Ed, it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Good to see you. Happy holidays, Seth.
And to you. So what you're doing is pretty much utilizing things that most people could and should have in their backyards, and you're turning it into something beautiful.
Yeah, I was actually out shopping, and I went to a store and I saw that they had this thing, this simple swag for over $20. And I thought, wow, that's a lot of money. You're not going to be able to decorate your house with that.
Yeah, if each of these are $20, most people's houses are going to be pretty expensive to do.
Yeah, so what you can do instead is you really should have evergreens in your yard. And that really helps out the environment. It helps you out. Evergreens actually are a great shelter for wildlife, birds, squirrels. They add a lot of food resources there. The pine cones, they eat that. So it's a really good thing to have. People actually, if you can plant large evergreens, or the ones that will become larger, on the north side of your house, you can actually help reduce your heating bills a bit because it acts as a windbreak.
Interesting.
And people used to know that more, but it still
goes out of
works.
favor, but that's a good tip. So let's quickly go through, just tell us what each of these are so people know when they're going to the store, perhaps what they can expect.
Okay, well, what I did, brought in today is, you had the woman on earlier, she talked about natives. This is actually a great thing to use. This is mountain laurel. And this is a great thing to plant in your yard because it actually can take full sun, or it can actually go in a shady environment. In the spring it gets great flowers, but this actually goes great into garlands and everything else. It's shiny leaves, they hold up really well, they hold right onto the plant. So that's mountain laurel. It's a really good thing to have. Over here we have white pine. This is what you see a lot of garlands made out of. You go to the big box stores, and this is basically what they're made out of. Nice, soft, long needles. Easy to work with. Also,
it's got a great feel to it too.
Yeah, it does. It's not a hard thing to make wreaths out of or anything. And you can find all that information online how to do that. And these are actually the pine cones of the white pine. So you can see these are actually great for decorating too. These you can make into wreaths or anything else. These last forever. We have pine cones here. Some of these pine cones, this is from the sugar pine. This is actually over 30 years old. My family went out west.
Really?
Yeah, and we brought these back, and they just last. Actually, this year it's getting a little crunchy.
That's tremendous how long it stays, though. I would have never thought. So you could make these, and the evergreens will die out, but they have a pretty long shelf life.
Yeah, but the pine cones do. As long as you keep them dry, they will last basically forever.
And we have holly over here?
Yeah, holly. This is a nice holly. Now, this one has no berries on it. And that's a lot of people will find out that their hollies at home don't have any berries, and they wonder why. Well, hollies come in two forms, a male and a female. And you need the male to fertilize the female. The female will then get the berries on it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so.
But if not, you can just use some of these guys, some
those
fake
are
berries
great.
right here.
These are like from like a Michael's or a craft store. And all you got to do is, if you want to try, just pick an area, and you just have to wrap them around. And you wouldn't even know that that wasn't even, real basic.
Oh, exactly. You could have fooled me.
Yeah, and so then you got your color, and you just would go on, and so then you just add those all year round. So a lot of people, in order to find out if your holly is a male or a female, when you're going to the store, it helps to have them labeled. And usually they'll call them like the males will be like a prince and the females will be a princess, and so you can go by that.
I gotcha. All right. So we're going to make, using some of this stuff, we're going to make a really nice wreath or a decorative piece that you can use in the home.
Sure, we're going to just mimic the
pretty
one
much
we
recreate
showed earlier.
that for $20, but we're going to do it for free, more or less.
So
if you count the cost, and this is the
floral wire.
This is floral wire. This is probably what, $1 or $2?
Yeah, it's $1.25 probably. You get it at another craft store. This is what you'll see all the wreaths and everything are made out of. So it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere. So I'm going to have you hold this.
I can do that.
And so that we're going to use as a base, like they use that as a base with the original one. And then we're just going to layer. So I think the next thing, I went outside and I got some arborvitae. This is those tall things you see people line their driveways with. And this grows pretty fast, a foot or more a year. Nice evergreens.
A foot or more a year, really?
And as long as it's well watered. So we just lay that there. And then this is just the white pine I was talking about. So now what we have here is all these different textures.
That's gorgeous. Check this out.
Yeah, and if you just hold that for a second like that, what I'll do.
Twine it up?
Yeah, all we got to do is wrap this around.
And these plants seem pretty rugged. They can take a good amount of abuse, it seems like.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, that's not a problem for them. And I won't even really tie that off yet.
Yeah,
and then all we do is, oh great. And then all we'll do is, just to make it a little better looking, we'll just add a pine cone right here, and then you can just put a bow in the front.
Put a bow on top, maybe some of those fake.
Yeah, add some color to it.
Yeah, a little pop of color. Some of these or so. Throw one on top, you're good to go. Ed, this looks great. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Oh, I've almost ruined it. We had a nice time, and I almost ruined it. Ed,
no problem.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you here. This looks gorgeous.
Okay, great.
And don't you go anywhere. There's more Mass Appeal coming up right after this.